Well, g'day internet, and welcome to another video. Tonight we are chasing a full lunar eclipse. As you can see just here now, the moon has just risen. The idea tonight is to frame it up as it comes over Ivory Rock here. So it's going to come up into the sky and we're going to hit fuller eclipse in a couple of hours. I'm going to take some wider landscape type photos and then I will bring out the big moon bazooka and get some really good detailed moon shots and possibly blend that back in, maybe get a bit of a sequence. No real fixed plan tonight, just going to shoot so many photos of this and just get all the data I can and see what photos we can get out of it. It looks amazing at the moment. All right, just going to get a nice wide angle shot. Not a lot of foreground here, but that's okay. A little 2-second timer on. There's a bit of a breeze blowing, so that's something to keep in mind when we're shooting the actual moon. It looks cool. I've got my tracker I'm going to set up as well, so I'll walk you through that. Really quick, simple setup, and that'll allow us to stay focused on the moon for longer as well without worrying about blur. All right, moon bazooka. Here we go. When we're getting serious, this is a Sigma 150-600 Sport. Great for capturing the moon. Not too expensive either in the scheme of big zooms. Let's get the tracker set up, I think, and then we'll start getting some foreground shots with the big lens. All right, so what I'm going to do is just get the tracker level as I can and pointing south. So I'm not even going to play with the legs, I'm just going to move around a bit till I find a pretty level. Don't need to be super critical here. There we go, that looks good. And probably just a touch more south. All right, now we've got that. This little bracket here, you buy it from skylabs.co.nz in New Zealand, and for my tracker this is how I get my polar alignment without even needing to see the pole or anything like that, and I can even do it in daylight, like there's no stars out yet. So we put this into the base, tighten it up. Now I'm going to calibrate the compass on my phone, and I do that by just doing figure eights with it. And that just gives it a quick calibration. Then we load up the right app, Sky Safari Plus, and I want to go to compass. And the idea is we're aligning up to the North Pole through the Earth. So I'm almost lined up, just need to move it a bit. Might just physically move the mount here. So I'm just adjusting the base, make sure everything's bedded down, zoom in. So I've got to bring it across a little and bring it up a little. To there, and then bring it back across just to basically get the crosshair on the NCP as close as we can. Done. That mount for what we're doing tonight, short exposures at high focal length, perfect, we're polar aligned. I'll get the rest of the mount set up on it now. All right, so once it's polar aligned, I'll get the rest of the setup on the mount. From now on, can't move the tripod. Got to make sure it stays where it is. We just turned around and saw the crepuscular rays happening from sunset, so I've jumped back to the other lens. Oh, the cows are running away. All right, and try and grab a photo of that. Looks amazing. All right. Super cool. Frame up that tree central, I think. Let's try that. That's a bit more central anyway. All right, focus is in. Just going to do a bracket. Get all the different exposures in the bag. Goodness me, that looks amazing. Look at that. Wow. pays to look around. And the moon's still coming up. Oh, too many things happening. Get another one in the bag just for safety. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Okay, I've got the 24 to 70 on now. That should give me a better foreground for what I'm wanting. Yeah, that's better. I want it to be horizontal framed with ivory rock in the middle. I'm going to put the shed down to the bottom left. And then I'll be able to have the moon sequence coming up and over. I will shoot a vertical as well, I think, just to play it safe and make sure I've got everything I need. Take a shot. Let's get the bazooka on, get the focus in. So one trick when shooting the moon through an eclipse, get your focus on your main lens that you're shooting with early while the moon's still bright. Because once that brightness drops and it goes into the eclipse phase, it won't be enough light to focus on the moon. You'll need to find another way to focus. So I'm going to get it in now. Everything's set to manual focus. That way I won't need to touch it once it's dialed in. I might even set the other ball head up on the tracker, I think, and just shoot off the tracker now. I won't turn it on yet, but I can if I want. The wind is just being a little nasty tonight. That's why it's good to have gear that's all interchangeable. Alright, so I've got the moon bazooka set up on the tracker and everything now. Tracker is running. On the tracker, I've got it, this is a Star Adventure, I've got it set to moon. So it's going to rotate the base this way, so in line with the speed of the moon, which is handy. I'm all zoomed in at 600 millimeters. May not show up clearly on the action camera, but I'm at 1/250th of a second, f11, ISO 320, and that's getting a perfect exposure on the moon at the moment. We zoom in, so you can see, hopefully, bit of detail there, but it's coming up really nice. So what I've got to work out now is a bit of a shooting schedule, how often I want to take a photo, and what I'm probably going to do is actually take 5 to 10 photos, maybe every 15 minutes. The idea is I will stack them and get more detail. Once it heads into the actual eclipse, I may even bracket and then stack them to keep the exposure at the level that I need. A lot of images are going to be captured tonight, but it's worth it. These events don't happen very often, and the ability to get out here and shoot them and see what you can create, I love it. But it's the wind is the big issue tonight. We thought it might be clouds, but it's actually wind. But the wind is what's keeping the clouds away, so you can't complain too much about everything. All right, I'm gonna get a stack of 10 in the bag now, and then come back to you once we're doing something else. All right, it's been another 15 minutes, so I'm gonna take another bracket of 10 exposures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm using a remote trigger, hands off as much as possible, especially when there's a bit of wind, just to keep things as sharp as possible. So it's only 7:15 at the moment. Totality's not until 9:30, so we definitely got some time, but it's lovely out here tonight, and just watching that moon is just amazing. It's going to be really interesting to see the eclipse. It's going to get quite high, I think. But no, it's cool. That's part of what we're out here for. Yeah, just a beautiful night. All right, so the eclipse has started. We can just see the shadowing happening from my visual point from the bottom right as the Earth's shadow starts to come across the moon. Our biggest concern at the moment is that clouds. There's a bit of it to the west of me as well. I'm just fingers crossed it's going to stay away. I've taken another sequence of photos now, and I've taken a bracketed set. So overall 5 exposures going from 3 stops under to 3 stops over. And I'll do that every 15 minutes as well. Allows me to make sure I've got the full detail of the moon regardless of what the exposure is. I will have to at some point start dropping my exposure as the brightness dips. But for now, we're good. We just gotta hope everything happens nicely. The weather plays ball. Oh, dearie me. Stress point. All right, I've just taken another sequence of shots. Clouds are kind of popping in, but not too bad. And they are moving away from us. So at the south of us, it's fairly clear, and they're kind of heading that way. All right, so this is going to be a challenge to show, but I have a Samsung S22. If you've got a Samsung phone, have a play when the moon is out. Basically what I've done is I've just set the zoom, it's probably a bit too bright to show, to 30 times, which is the most zoomed in this can go. And when you get the moon in frame, it will stabilize. Sorry, it is very bright. It will stabilize and set the exposure correct and allow you to capture the most amazing moonshots straight off the back of your camera. I'll actually show up on the screen now the photo that just came off the camera. That is so cool, and such cool technology, and so you don't need a lot of money. You could use the Samsung in your pocket and still get really cool moon photos. Gotta love it. Okay, so we are getting there now. You can see the shadow. I'll just clear the screen up a bit. So you can see the shadow is, I'd say, 2/3 of the way across the moon now. Just going to take another 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 shots. And then what I'm doing, I'll just hold my hand out in front and take a marker shot. And then I'm going to do a bracket. Once those are all written to the memory card. And we'll take that sequence. And I'm going to have to start thinking about adjusting exposure shortly. I'll wait until the shadow's fully over it, and then I will start tweaking the exposure. Basically I'll slow the shutter down, open up the f-stop, and then increase the ISO when I have to. Oh, still very clear though, it's looking really good. All right, so we are definitely getting the red on the dark side of the moon now. I just slowed down my shutter speed to 1/80th of a second, opened up the aperture all the way to 6.3, which at 600mm on this lens is the maximum. ISO I've still got at 320, so I will have to slow that shutter down more and start playing with that ISO. But that moon is just about in full shadow. It's looking really cool. Definitely getting into the action of it now. So awesome. Yeah, it's just picture perfect out here tonight. Absolutely cleared up. Moon's putting on an awesome show. Couldn't have asked for more. Well, it's gotten real dark now. We are pretty much into the eclipse. There is just a sliver of light left on the moon at the moment. It's almost full shade. Definitely got lots of red on there now. Wow, it's an amazing sight. It's a little bit of cloud just drifted into view then, but it's fantastic. I'm just shooting away now. I'm just enjoying every single second of this. It's absolutely brilliant. Wouldn't be anywhere else for quids. Okay, I've slowed the shutter speed down again so that when I bracket, the longest exposure is now 2 seconds. Again, sorry you can't really see it. I can see the stars around the moon. It can only happen during a lunar eclipse because normally the moon exposure is so bright that you can't see the stars if you expose correctly for the moon. But now I can, noisy birds, I can actually see the stars and it is so cool. So that's where it's at the moment. That's a photo I've never gotten before with the moon. So I'm really looking forward to trying to get that. Very exciting, very, very exciting. So much to play with, it's great. And yeah, there's a little bit of cloud come through, but it's just staying away from where it can cause issues. So I don't mind it, just stay there. All right, we're playing Battle of the Clouds now. The wind has changed direction. The clouds are coming across. I'm shooting in between gaps and we're just heading into another clear patch now. So I'll take this shot and then I might do a little bit more bracketing. We're pretty much at totality now. The very top part of the moon is still brighter than the main part of the moon. I think that's just going to be the case right through. So still need to bracket really to get it all in one, to really get all the detail there. So I'll keep doing that, keep having a play. I love it. Well folks, totality's pretty much finished. It's just going to start getting a bit brighter now. The exposure on the moon never quite got perfectly even across, so I've had to continue bracketing right through, but that's all right. I don't mind processing that to see how it comes out. In a moment, I'll show you the photos from this awesome evening and of course the finished product with that beautiful ivory rock landscape. I thank you again so much for tuning in. Please, if you're enjoying my content, why not subscribe to my channel, give the video a thumbs up, and please, why not watch another one of my videos here? And until next time, stay safe.